going to talk about a concept which is not very much spoken about, that is benchmarking your performance. How will you benchmark your performance, and do you benchmark your performance at all? What happens is, when you're an institutional investor, your investors ask you a lot of money questions, right? So they will keep on asking you, why did you make this investment, and why did you sell? Why did you sell so early? Why did you sell only so much? Why did you buy at all, right? So every move that you make has to be reasonably well justified to yourself, to your internal team, and far more importantly to the outside team. And remember, the regulator also looks at your transaction, and any transaction in retrospect, almost every banking transaction can look suspect. Say, oh, it's so obvious, why did you not see it? It's not so obvious. It's not so obvious. I mean, I do not know how many people outside of people who knew Rana Kapoor understood that the Yes Bank balance sheet was a big piece of shit, right? So you go more by the personality and judge, rather than sitting in a remote place 1,000 kilometers away and judge on numbers. You can't judge so easily. You have to take a lot of other factors into account. So similarly, how do you benchmark your own performance? Well, first of all, you have to have some sensible benchmarks. What will you compare yourself to? Will you compare yourself to the index? I think it's completely inappropriate that you compare yourself to the index. Secondly, if you're maintaining your portfolio on some websites, surprisingly, those websites do not tell you how much dividend you should have received. So unless you add that back, you will not know whether you're doing well, not doing well. If you're comparing yourself to the TRI, how much dividend have you received? If you don't want to do that, then you compare yourself to the, in the Indian context, to the Sensex or to the Nifty, right? What will you use as a benchmark? Will you do a benchmarking at all, or will you say, no, I do think I can meet my goals, and so beyond that it doesn't matter? I'm just asking these questions and saying, let's try to answer some of those questions. I won't be able to answer everything. So first of all, you should try to keep it real, and getting more information even from the investee companies doesn't really help the small investor. You will get the company's quarterly returns. You will find the company's returns filed in US if it's got an ADR, right? So if you take an Infosys or an HDFC Bank, you will get far, far more data than what you can assimilate. So it's not a question of having the data. The question is how to use the data and what all to check in that when you call it monitoring. If you're just having a look at your portfolio on a daily basis, that's different. But if you're monitoring and you want to monitor, what all will you look at? The problem is, the individual investor is not answerable to anybody. He's not even answerable to his family. Even his family doesn't ask him, because he'll come out with some brilliant, you have no clue what I'm doing, just relax, I'm doing well. Now, this is not a great answer to give to your wife or your children, because it is their money and they are at stake also, right? How would you like it if your daughter gave away your banking password to her boyfriend or to somebody else by mistake, right? So you need to know those you need to have those answers, right? So first of all, comparisons do matter. They need to have a set of measurements that you do. Again, I'm going back to a statement called the investment philosophy statement. At what number will you balk? For example, if inflation is 12%, you expect to get about 18-19% in equity. But if inflation is 4%, and you still expect to get 18-20% in equity, there is something wrong with you. You need to re-benchmark yourself. You need to understand what is happening in the market. So you need to maybe re-educate yourself, saying how benchmarks work. Benchmarks can't be just, last 10 years, this is what happened, so therefore next 10 years this should happen. You take companies like ITC, the PE has changed. Simple. So now to think it will go back to its original glory, maybe it will, but last 10 years it has underperformed the previous 10 in terms of PE. So the EPS is growing, all that is happening, but the market is refusing to give it a higher discount. Maybe it is the impact of ETF sales by government or whatever. So asking the right questions is important. So